Okay. So welcome to day 3 of 7 days of rest. This is, and return to essence. I don't want to forget that part. And we are the experience that you'll be having here is to not experience the womb of creation, although that is part of it, but to experience yourself.
Join the meeting.
As the womb of creation. And I don't know if you hear the difference in that, but it's profound. In the first time I found myself in the womb of creation, there was no question in my mind or in my heart or in my being. There was no question in any part of me that that I was the womb of creation. And so as we go deeper each of these 7 days, that is with that as a goal, with that as the intention and an awareness to have, that this is something that we are, when we are swimming in, when we are existing in this unified field, and specifically in the womb of creation, in that unified field within the womb of creation, there is no separation. And it's the concept of, which is a head concept of separation, is what is slowing down and in some cases actually reversing our evolutionary process from moving from where we are to our highest potential, because our highest potential is certainly what we want to see. Flowers show us this well, not maybe in the wintertime up north, but flowers show us that. They know there is a time of coding within them that tell them the perfect time to blossom. And they know what that is. And my sense is that this is a time that the programming is beginning to awaken in all of us for our own blossoming. And that is aligning with our potential. So we are here to blossom. We are here as women to be in the flow, to let go of any sense of what these turns in the flow of life, in the river of life, will unfold, but simply to allow ourselves to relax into that place of knowing that we are on a journey back to unity. We are on a journey into the fullness of who we are, with full integration of the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual aspects of who we are, recognizing that we were spirit first. And we will always be spirit. And that from that place of being one with the essence of all that is, there is no sense of not being safe. In that first experience in the womb of creation, lack of safety wasn't anywhere in that energy. And so I want to say a few words about radiance too. But since I just said that, it just sparked something in this whole piece of survival that we fall into in this polarized world, where we feel like some things are good, some things are bad. We want to avoid all the bad. We don't want to go there because we're not safe when we're focused on the bad. When we bring all of that back to unity, there is no good, no bad. It's all purposeful. Every feeling that we feel is communication. It's a message telling us whether we're on or whether we're off alignment with our highest self, with our truth. Our truth, I'm sure that all of you have had experiences where you hear something that is truth, that you've always known but never heard it said out loud. Do you remember situations like that? And it's like, oh my God, somebody else said this. I can't believe it. And it's so, so beautiful to experience that. It brings us into resonance with the truth within us. And there is not always that opportunity. It's becoming more and more, more prevalent in our lives. It's happening more and more because as we align with our truth and set an intention to align with our truth, those things start coming to us synchronistically. And those people who know the truths that we have always known but never acknowledged because nobody else acknowledged them, it's a beautiful catapulting into the womb of creation. And the first time I was there, I was catapulted into it. It wasn't a thought in my mind, this is where I'm going. It happened. So the question is, if we know that who we are inherently is safe, we are pure light, and the power of love and light that is our foundational essence. Welcome, Henriette. Oh, here's somebody else coming in.
Right.
That power that is within us ensures our safety. When we are a child of the universe, we have the whole universe at our back, supporting us. And when we're plugged in to that universe, including Mother Earth herself, we need to ground all of that light energy coming in needs to be grounded into the earth. And when we're doing that, there is no such thing as not safe. And the concept of not safe comes from the concept of separation, which has never been truth. We have never been separate. We can believe what we're separate, but it's not backed by anything that is truthful, because we can't be separate. If we are separate from life force, how can we possibly flow life force? It's not, even scientifically, it's not sound science. So the question is, what if going into that place of curiosity and wondering, what if our journey here is not to be safe? What if our journey here on this planet as a spiritual being having a physical experience is to risk everything to remember who we are? It's to make remembering who we are the priority and to be willing to risk it all in order to remember. The soul growth in that shift alone is exponential. When we're struggling to feel safe, struggling to feel accepted, we keep ourselves smaller. And the feeling of separation, the concept, if you will, of separation becomes almost bigger than we know how to work. So today we're focusing on radiance. And I invite you to say the word radiance and just take note of what it brings up in you when you hear the word radiance. And just maybe popcorn, whatever words come to you, just share those so I have a sense of what that means to you.
Light.
Light, yes.
Beauty.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Warmth.
Warmth.
Joy.
Joy. Oh, yes. All of these are components. Components isn't the right word, but are embedded in the energy of radiance. And when I say the word radiate, do you have a different sense when I use the word radiate as opposed to radiance, the verb as opposed to the noun?
sending out.
Yes, radiate is to send out. And so it's different. When we become radiance, what we send out is beauty and joy and light and love and all of those things that we're all longing for. However, it's important to recognize that what we radiate is not always that. We don't necessarily radiate radiance in every moment of our lives. And so what keeps us from radiating our deepest longing is that belief in separation. It is our belief that we are separate from joy and love and light. And when we begin to recognize that we cannot be separate from all of those beautiful qualities that we long to feel and embody and receive, when we become that, then we radiate the essence of life. We radiate a presence that is powerful. We radiate a resonance that actually can shift other people's frequency. So having an awareness of when we are radiating that which we are wanting to radiate and that which we are wanting to experience and receive, and when we are not, is such powerful information. Doesn't mean we beat ourselves up and get depressed. It just means, oh, I forgot. And when we're learning, we do forget sometimes until we remember. Learning is one thing. Remembrance is embodying the learning, just like we can radiate and then there's radiance. The words that we use are so critical, and it's important to recognize that our thoughts are sacred because they are powerful. When we have a thought and we feed that thought and we cultivate that thought, we are birthing and cultivating our own child and feeding that child, whatever it is that we're feeding it. So our thoughts are sacred because they birth energy in children that have an energy of their own. And so if we have a thought that is on the negative side and we are birthing that, we are birthing that negative thought into the web of life, and it affects all life. And when we birth a thought that is radiance, that holds the energy of gratitude and love and joy and light, that's a very different impact. And so recognizing how sacred our thoughts are, especially when we feed those thoughts. And our words are incredibly sacred. We feel the difference in the frequency of different words. And so choosing our words according to our heart, in alignment with our heart, that are words that are congruent with the essence of light that is in us, is another very key piece. Having that awareness is major. Having that awareness that our words and our thoughts are sacred and that all of it is just giving us information. Welcome, Angela.
Sorry.
That's okay. You may want to mute your microphone.
Yep.
Thank you. So, so now that you have a different sense of radiance and understanding that radiance is the goal, and that we have the ability to choose to radiate radiance. But whatever our thoughts and emotions are in any given moment is what we are radiating, either by default or by choice. And so choose carefully. And as I said before, with this awareness, we can choose in the moment rather than after the fact in a situation. That rumble strip that I talked about, that some of you weren't here, but the rumble strip is such a gift, because if I'm losing my focus for what I'm doing on the road and I hit the rumble strip, I immediately know that I must make an adjustment. And the rumble strip of feeling the separation and all of the things, the emotions that go along with that belief in separation, that is our rumble strip, where our guidance is saying, oh no, that's not who you are. That's not who you are. Make this shift and get back on your path. So that's what we do. We make shifts constantly. And when we have a strong goal and we know what that path is, then it's easier to get back on it. So I invite you to spend some time in the meditation now, as we're in the womb of creation, to really align with your potential that is within that womb. And I guarantee you that it is there. So as we're in that womb of creation, we will be asking to be shown that potential, and then to take that potential and bring it into our hearts, multiply it in our own hearts so that it's alive in us. So, are there any questions or thoughts before we go into the meditation?
I just had one of those, when you were speaking, when you hear the truth when someone else says it, or you see something like in a new light. I like your radiance. If your radiance, your unity, you're emitting unity and wholeness and love and no separation. But if you're radiating fear and separation, that's not radiance. I don't know what it's called. You know what I mean? Radiance in itself is unity. I don't know what the flip side, if you're radiating something out that's not radiance, what that word is, but it just gave me a whole new way to kind of check my own rumble strip. Right?
Yes.
So I don't know. Now that I'm speaking, I'm a little embarrassed, but you can either be radiance or you can be the opposite of radiance. And I don't know what that is, but it's the fear and separation. And I can definitely, well, I know where I'm at usually most of the time, but I can't say I think to myself or go, oh, I need to be radiance now. So that is a really great tool. And because you
Yes.
can see in other people if they're radiance or if they're anti-radiance. I don't know what the word is. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I've said this before, but we tend to make things more complicated than they really are. It's simply a choice. And one of the things that I said on day one is that in this polarity continuum, we're living in a polarized world. So there seems to be opposites to everything. But basically, if you look at this linear time frame that we perceive is our reality, and the polarized world that we live in, the ultimate of this polarized world is that on one end, there is pure divine love, unconditional, pure acceptance, just pure love. On the other end, what is there? What is the opposite of love? It's the lack of love. And all of the things that are on that what we would call, we've got the middle, and then we've got, all these different variations of love, and then we've got all these different variations of the lack of love, and fear and anger and depression and doubt, and all of those things are part of what shows up when love is lacking. And so what my tool for that has been to recognize what is lacking and to radiate that frequency as radiance out into that environment. And when we do that, it's impossible for love to be lacking. Even if we're the only ones adding it, it cannot be lacking because we're bringing it into the fold. So as empaths, as women, we can feel what's missing. And we tend to, when we recognize what's missing, we tend to, in the old way, we used to want to fight that, get angry. Oh, how can they not be more compassionate? How can they not do this? And what that does is adds to that negativity, because we're feeding with negative thoughts, we're feeding that negativity. So that switch, flip the switch and just say, okay, what's missing here is compassion. And I go into a place of deep compassion and I radiate that out from my being, from my essence, from every cell in my body. And the lack of compassion it's magic, it's alchemy. We can change any situation by bringing those components in that are the sacred components of divinity that are lacking, seemingly lacking on this planet. The truth is, and we will get into the meditation, but this is such good conversation. The truth is that our choice of love or not love is 50-50. Love is everywhere. The lack of love appears to be everywhere. And we can choose either one that we want. And that's what it boils down to. It's either love or it's not love. If we choose love every time, and we have the awareness that that is what is the crux of all healing, the foundation of all healing, not only dis-ease and disease, but the healing of and rebalancing and bringing harmony back to the earth. So that's it in a nutshell. Quite simple. Just and the more we remember, the more we embody. So this is about remembrance. Thank you for that, Susan. Okay. Are we?
Thank you.
Yes, yes. Anyone else have anything that they would like to say?
I just wanted to quickly thank Susan because I heard the Radiance message, but it wasn't until she talked about it more and you talked about it more that I saw the power we have. So I really appreciate that.
Yes. That power is the power of creation itself. And when we align with and feel our resonance within the womb of creation, we are that power. We are alchemists. We are magicians. When I went to the womb of creation and came back, I came back with a message that resonated through every cell of my being. And that message said, nothing is ever as bad as it seems. And the worse it looks, the more room there is for a miracle. And what I understood from having had that experience is that we are the miracle. We are the ones that we've been waiting for all this time. When we make this shift, everything shifts. That is how powerful we are.
Well, and I just got to throw this in, sorry, but it's radiance, love. I believe love is all there is and fear is the illusion. The separation's the illusion, is the Maya. It's what we created. Yes, it's there, 50 there, 50 love. But by choosing love and being radiance, it affects everything around you because you're radiating the truth. And if someone can just see that truth or feel that truth, then they're able to hit their own rumble strip, maybe even if they don't know what's going on.
Exactly.
So so it seems like people struggling with fear and depression and not enough and not worthy enough. And yes, we've all been there. I spent a lot of my life like that. But I always have a hard time, like, I don't want to just say, well, that's the illusion, that's the choice of fear, because when someone's in that state, they can't feel the love. They don't see the love. There is no love. They're separated. But if you can just have the compassion, and maybe it will help with your choice of words and radiate the truth. I believe once somebody sees the truth, like, you can slip back, right? You can slip back into fear. We all do. But that it's not real. So it makes it easier to step into the love. And by just being radiance, it's like, like you said, that's the magic. It's like, there you go. Just be the radiance when the radiance is needed, or just be it. But like you said, when the things seem really the worst and really bad, or someone's really in a deep, dark state, dark night of the soul, or I am not love, that's where that greatest opportunity for us to shine the love in, and the radiance can actually make an effect without even maybe saying a word.
Well, it does.
So
And
here,
that,
as I'm talking too much, but yes, I'm having very big revelation. I'm so glad I got into this room this morning. So thank you.
well, I am too.
I got
I
into the
am.
womb this morning. Thank you.
Into the room in the womb. Yes, this is a womb with a view. um, so about that, when we are truly radiating from that essence and the original principles that humanity agreed to, we don't actually need to say a word. And when we're not radiating from that place, but trying to convince somebody that things could be different for them, no words that we speak will be heard, because we have to have it before we can give it. We must be in that place. Talking the talk without walking the walk is ineffective. Yeah. So, and if we were to speak from that place of resonance and radiance within ourselves and presence, those words will be heard, and it will make a difference. So words, for when they come from even the best intentions, if we are not in that space of the words that we're speaking, they don't help. So that's important. I mean, there's so many pieces here, and it all comes down to our making the choice to be love, to radiate love in its purest state. And when we do that, it heals our inner child. And because the pure innocence that is within us is indestructible. No matter what your childhood has been, no matter what you've been through in your life, your pure innocence is just as powerful now as it was before. It's just that it's been covered over with beliefs and doubts that we even have it anymore. So go back to that pure innocence. And when we rest in the womb of creation, that pure innocence is obvious. So let's go there now and experience that pure innocence within us, because that's everything. So I invite you to settle in, connect with Mother Earth, connect your breath down into Mother Earth so that you are grounded to receive exactly what you need. And that as you receive, grounded into Mother Earth, you are supporting Mother Earth in healing as well. Take these breaths knowing that you are breathing in all that you are needing from the unified field that is everywhere, all around you. And you're breathing this pure essence of life from the unified field that is all around you into every cell of your body. And every cell is overflowing with this beautiful, pure light into the molecules of your body. And as every molecule fills with this light, it overflows into the atoms. You feel it going deeper and deeper and deeper as you continue to breathe in with attention, intention, focus, knowing that you are pulling in, that your electromagnetic field is designed to pull in this pure light and love from source that is infinitely everywhere. And now as the atoms overflow with this pure love and light, it's going into the subatomic particles, being attracted deeper and deeper into the essence of who you are. And now, as it overflows from the subatomic particles, it's overflowing into the space between the subatomic particles within your being. And you are pure radiance, pure divine light, pure love, pure innocence. And I invite you to bring your focus now, knowing that this is everywhere in your body, all through it. Bring your focus into your heart space and find the space between the subatomic particles at the core of your heart, the very center. And enter into the essence of light in the space in your heart. Notice what that feels like and what that looks like. If there is a word that comes to you to describe what this feels like in your heart space, the center of your spiritual knowing, take note of that word or phrase or words. And then with the next few breaths, breathe that down through your torso, right into the very center of your womb. And if for the male, I believe that we still have, maybe not. Oh, yes, David is still here. David, just keep that, breathe that into the subatomic particles and continue to focus on that space between the subatomic particles. And just amplify it. And as we breathe, those of us in a female body, as we breathe this essence of light and love, sacredness into the womb, that sacredness is even more magnified. And that sacredness lives in the space between. It is the space where life is birthed, the space of the womb. Is the origin of life. And that space, there is nothing more sacred than that space. And even though it looks dark and empty, it is filled with everything that we need to thrive, for life, all life, to thrive everywhere. And so I invite you to tune into this space for David within the between the subatomic particles, and for the women, the space within your own womb, And notice if a word comes to you to describe this word. Notice if it's the same as what you felt in your heart or different. And take note of this. And if a word doesn't come, just feel into it. Feel into this sacred space within your own being. And I'm going to just tone to amplify this sacredness. And it may help to place both hands on your womb and feel that. And once you feel that sacredness within your own womb and within the space between the subatomic particles for David, I invite you to, keeping your presence here in your own womb, in the space between the subatomic particles, I invite you to expand your awareness so that you find yourself in the womb of creation. And this is a familiar place, for we have all been there. Within the womb of creation, we see this, we perceive the same seeming emptiness, the same darkness. But this is the darkness that allows for life to emerge. It is not empty. It is filled with all of the potential that has ever existed anywhere. And all potential that ever can exist is in this womb of creation. It's in the womb of all life, because the womb of creation is no different in her foundational nature than our own wombs are. So I invite you to feel into this space within the womb of creation. Feel that potentiality, infinite potentiality. And know that you are part of that. You are that. And all of this potential exists within you. All you have to do is embrace it and choose it and be it. And in this moment, in this very safe space of the womb of creation, I invite you to embrace it and be it and to dare to radiate it, to be the resonance of the highest potential within you and to own it without apology, to simply be it because that's who you are. there is beauty, there is joy, there is light in the womb of creation. For the womb of creation is where all light is birthed. Mother Earth, the womb of the seeds, the seeds going into the womb of Mother Earth are birthed from the darkness within the soil, from the fertility that is within that darkness. And the womb is the seat of fertility. And all that we may have experienced that felt contrary to what this experience is, was the compost to deepen the fertile soil within our own being. And now that compost is ready to germinate and grow and birth more life. To birth the memory of our purity, to birth the memory of our unity and our power. And the gifts that we have brought here to share in this time of major transformation on this planet. The earth herself is shifting into her own sacredness. Not that she's ever lost it, but there is another level of sacredness being birthed on this planet at this time. And when we embrace that level of sacredness, forgetting goes away and only the remembrance remains. The remembrance of our original agreements. Mother Earth promised that she would supply to us everything that we need to thrive, everything that all life needs to thrive. And in return, in reciprocity and complementarity, we thanked Mother Earth. And we said, and we will make you our priority. We will take care of you, and we will nurture you, and we will ensure that this sacredness is paramount, that we come from this place of sacredness, that we may hold a sacredness of all life that you have nurtured. And this is where we are returning. This is returning the flow of the river of life back to the ocean. This is how we embrace unity in the deepest way possible. And in this instant, all that is not love is being transmuted into love. All that is not radiance is being absorbed into the radiance itself. And you are holding that. You are flowing that. You are radiating pure radiance from every cell, molecule, atom, subatomic particle, from the very space between that holds the unified field within you. Just be in this. Just be this. This is who you are. This is who you have always been. This is what you have been longing for who knows how long. Beyond this lifetime. Soak it in. Allow it to integrate. Breathe it in. Accept it. Thank this remembrance. Thank all of your guidance that have come in to support you in taking this in and becoming it. And for activating this remembrance within you that says, oh, yes, yes, this is who I am. This feels so good. And that communication of the goodness of how this feels is your validation that this is your truth. So claim it. This is reclaiming your sovereignty as a human being that is the embodiment of pure divinity. And say, yes, I accept. I accept this as my true identity. Thank you, thank you, thank you to Mother Earth, to all of nature, to the source, the creator, Father, Son, Mother Earth, Grandmother Moon that supports the flow of all the water, that guides the water, the feminine within us, the water that we carry within our being is now being purified as we reclaim our pure innocence, our divinity, our purpose. And so tune in and ask if there is any more clarity regarding your purpose, the gifts that you have come to offer as your contribution to this transformation. Is there anything else you need to know about your gifts and your purpose? And now, as the embodiment of pure resonance, the pure resonance that is birthed from the womb of creation, and as the embodiment of the womb of creation, and the flow of the water moving through us in its purest original state, we envision all of the waters on the planet purified through this resonance, through this radiance, through our very presence and choice to step into our full sovereignty. And we come back into awareness of this moment, within this moment, still within the embodiment of the entire cosmos. And we rejoice for our coming home. We are home. And this sacred planet is our home. We share this space together. with the entire family of life. And we honor all life. We honor the elements of earth, water, fire, air, and space. The space is what ensures our unity. We cannot be separate when we exist in the same unified field. Therefore, we are one. So as you prepare to open your eyes and come back into the circle, I invite you to just take a moment before you open your eyes to see within. See who you are. See yourself in a way that you have never been seen throughout this lifetime, at least. See yourself in the way that you wanted to be seen as a child, as a woman, as a man, as a human being. And all the healing, all the wounds that came from not being seen are instantly healing within you. And as you see yourself fully from the radiance and the essence of who you are, now open your eyes and see the world around you from that place, knowing all that you are. Deep gratitude to each of you for participating and for being willing and ready to know yourself in this way and to be who you are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessed be, and so it is. So as you're ready, feel free to unmute and share whatever comes to you to share, whatever is your gift to share. Susan?
That was incredible. I didn't want to come out.
You don't have to come out. You're that now.
I know. I know. So when take the energy into our heart, and what did I feel in that? I just felt spaciousness, right? When just that spaciousness, and then move it into the heart, and then moved it into the womb, and it really got to me like the space between the subatomic particles, is the unified field, and you can step into that. And then in the womb, I just got, limitless potential, the seed, the dark, like in the earth. And I saw lots of light beings, ascended masters, different faces coming in. It was like they were all like the womb is the portal between the seen and the unseen, and I could see all that. And then at the end, when I didn't want to, to look for any more information or for your gifts or clarity, I just saw myself as I think it was myself, as a big purple light and heart and toroidal sphere. And from within that came out a lot of light. And yeah, I don't know if that was really me. I know I was seeing
yes,
other
you
beings.
do.
But
yes, you do. Claim
yeah.
it.
Well, yeah. So like the purple in your glasses, that was what I saw in the womb, because on my screen, I see you got the purple eyes with your glasses reflecting.
Yeah.
But that was really incredible, and learned a really great new tool. And I feel so blessed and lucky, and to be with the group. Like, I don't think I know anyone in the group. Well, now, we shared the womb, I felt everyone else in the group at one point in the womb also. And we were like floating kind of in space, like multiple babies in a womb or something. So I just want to thank everybody that's here, and really great tool. And I'm just really going to practice this radiance today, and great to have this tool to go into, because I feel like it's not going to go away. You
Oh,
know,
no.
it's a new tool. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Incredible.
You're welcome.
Love to all.
Thank you. That was beautiful, Susan. And no, I mean, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but doubt can come in because we've been programmed. We have divine programming, and then we have the programming that we get from the third dimensional world. And that third dimensional programming can be pretty powerful. And this is our chance to just kind of have our own big bang and let go of all of the old programming that no longer serves life, that ultimately never served life, and only claim those beliefs, those thoughts, that sacred energy that serves life. And that's how we dispel all of the illusion. And doubt is a way that we can choose consciously. When doubt comes in, we can use that as a tool to choose consciously to return to love. Say, you know, one of those deals where you say, thanks for sharing, but that's not my deal. We can do that to doubt and fear. Because in this place where there is no such thing as not being safe, it's a fearless place, which makes us that much more powerful. Amy, did you want to share anything? You came on and oops, you're muted. You're muted.
I was just showing my face. Thank you so
Oh.
much.
Okay, I just wanted to check.
I brought my friend Joyce along. I'm so glad to see her and
Yes.
be in this space with everyone. So day 3 was great. I've had a great 3 days with you so far. So grateful. It's powerful, powerful.
Well, this is a time of transformation, so we need transformative action happening.
Do you do this at the same time every day?
Yes.
Or is it? Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Same time, same link, same place.
Okay,
The
thank
link that
you.
you use today is good for every day this week at 11 o'clock. Oh, at
Right.
11 o'clock
I'll be
Eastern
back.
time. Yay.
I'll be back.
And
Thank
I
you.
invite
Yay.
you, if you found this really powerful, I mean, the more people we share this with, the more people who get it and can be the embodiment of this amazing space. And so if you choose to go onto the 7-day site and just make any comments about your experience, it may attract a few other people to it. And the more the merrier, right?
Yeah.
This is each person that brings that radiance to the web of life is exponentially increasing the radiance and the support that the Mother Earth is needing to make her transition, just as we are. And we are doing this with her. We are, as we transform within ourselves, we are transforming her. And when we cleanse our inner waters, when we purify all that we are and go back to this pure essence memory, Mother's waters are purified. And she needs that support because they have been desecrated. She has been desecrated over and over and over again. Her mountains, her rivers, her, you know, this is something that is, it's a big part of my motivation for doing this work, because the mother did not deserve the level of desecration that she has received, and neither have all the women who have experienced desecration in one way or another. And we are healing all of that desecration for the divine feminine. And as we heal the divine feminine, it opens the doorway. It's another portal, a womb portal, as Susan said, to support the healing of the divine masculine and a return to that for the divine masculine as well. And what's also true is that we all carry the divine masculine and the divine feminine within us. So it brings us into balance. And as we come into balance, balance and harmony return. You know, it's just like we had the answer all along. It was, I feel like Dorothy sometimes. All I had to do was click my heels together. Are you kidding me? It's that simple.
Well, now I wanted to bring up the water because I'm all into the water. You know, and how you've heard of how monks were able to restore water by holding energy. You know, I'm saying, well, how do they really do? You know, how do they really do it? I believe it can happen. Well, why can't we all do it? And I'm very interested in water. And I've been seeing otters by my house lately, which is so cool. And they said to bring light and joy, that everything is okay. The otters have arrived. I don't know what that means, but I get it now when I'm by the water and go into that space, because I really felt my water's purifying. Like I could even feel it moving when you were speaking that. It's like, oh, it's okay. You know, the water is like trickling through the spaces in between. And as we purify our own waters, it purifies all the waters, because there is only one water. Like, you know, there is only one. So I'm going to use that tool too when I'm working with the waters and sitting by the water. And it's, you know, it's like practical magic. So thank you. You know, I love practical. I know, like click your heels, right? And I don't know if David would want to share, but I was just interested in the male perspective, and I totally understand if he doesn't want to. But I'm glad there was a man here with us also. So
Me
thank you.
too. And thank you for saying that, Susan, because I wanted to make sure that David, we are all so grateful, because having your perspective, having your energy here to hold that space for this healing of the feminine within you, as well as within us and within the earth and the whole web of life. It's a huge piece to have male participation holding that space. So is there anything you would like to share, David, about your experience?
Thank you. I'm just very grateful to be here, and really very touched by the meditation and the experience. Thank you.
Thank you. And it's important that you take in our gratitude for your willingness to be here. With all this talk of the feminine, it never is meant to be exclusive to the masculine. But there is an order of things, an order of healing, and it is necessary for the feminine to heal in order to create a safe space for the masculine to be vulnerable again. And there is an order that's happening. And right now, that is a focus on the healing of the feminine, so that we can return to balance within the masculine as well. So we have just gone over a couple of minutes, but thank you so much. This was so rich for me as well. And having you all here is such a gift. So is there any last comments or thoughts before we close for the day?
Just be that radiance. Can't wait to go out and and it really, you know, because I read each day from the 7 days of rest, but I really feel like I have a totally different relationship with radiance now. So thank you, because that kind of brings the whole day of the event into new light. So thank you. I want everyone can, you know, maybe we'll get feedback, but I feel connected to you all, and it's good to know we all have this tool together. And thank you, David, for being here, because you get to carry it out to the men. So thank you. And gratitude. That's all I have to say. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And that's a perfect segue into tomorrow's focus, because tomorrow's focus is gratitude. And so from this place, I said this in my intro video, but can you imagine not feeling gratitude from this place? Gratitude is a new given now. And we carry that frequency of gratitude. And when we carry the frequency of gratitude and joy and love, we tap into wisdom that we didn't know we had. And those are the most powerful frequencies that exist. And that's where the magic comes. So thank you, thank you, thank you to all that is for the sound. Were you able to hear the toning okay?
Mhm.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
I don't know why it doesn't record. That's very interesting. But anyways, you received the benefit of it today, so that's good. Thank you. Thank you all. And I look
Thank you.
forward to being with you tomorrow.
Yes.
Thank you, Deborah.
I look
Thank-
forward.
Me too.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thanks, Amy.
So glad you're here.
Bye, and thanks so much.
I can't find the record button to stop it. Oh, there we go.